Hey, Scott, the male mental load, U.S. Navy veteran. So I've been talking to my friend Zach back and forth. He's been giving me great tips. Do I really want to be a coach? I don't know. I mean, all I can tell you is my experience and what I recommend for fellow men and where I have done well and where I have failed. Married 41 years, 2 grown kids, 3 grandkids. And for many years, the roles. And I said this in my last video. My dad went to work every day. This is back in the 60s and 70s. Mom stayed home. And those were the roles. But it's only been recently that we've been hearing about the ladies' mental load. Oh, the online school forms, the backpack, the shoes, the underwear, the planning the birthday parties. And oh my gosh, it's too hot. Too much. It's overwhelming. So guys, let's just say for a second it is overwhelming. Overwhelming for the women. It's just too much for them. It's overwhelming. Wouldn't be overwhelming if you just had 1 or 2 kids. But somebody chose to have 4 young children. So no wonder it's overwhelming. You know, my wife and I made a decision to only have 2. But doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. Guys, we have to understand and we have to realize that the women's mental load is real. We have to be compassionate and we have to help the best way we can. Now, women, we will never be you. Never. We don't think like you do. It's just not, and you don't want us to. I mean, do you really want to be married to somebody in the mirror? I don't think so. You want a man that can provide and that is strong and that goes to work every day and doesn't play Fortnite and smoke weed and is going to betting places and sleeping around and hanging with his buddies. I know what you want. You want somebody to take that mental load off. If he would just think to close the refrigerator door. If he would just think to move from the washer to the dryer. If he would just think of these things, the load would be lifted. No one. So guys, with all that being said, let me give you 3 things you can do today at no charge to help with this wife's mental load, which is real, because we hear these female content creators talk about it very vividly. Not talking to their husbands about it, they're talking to the world. So guys, what are those 3 things we can do? Number 1, taking out the trash. That seems to be one of the biggest things women, and including my wife, and my wife doesn't complain about it because I do it. So guys, as you're walking by the trash bin, look at it. If it's full, take it out. Now, if you take it out too soon, your wife's going to say, you're wasting a plastic bag. Can't win. But guys, if you see it, take it out, take the trash out to the front street. Hey, that's what I did this morning. I had to take my big bin out to the front of my street here in Jacksonville, Florida. So I think if you take the trash out on a consistent basis without being asked, you're going to be far ahead of the game. Number 2, laundry. Now, laundry is a very difficult thing because women have a certain way they do it. They just, if it's their mothers that taught them that way or however it is. Hey, Caitlin. Yes, Tom. Yeah, I'm gonna move the stuff from the washer to the dryer to help you. Well, that's good. I wish you'd help fold it and put it away. Okay, so you got to stand next to her, guys, and see how she folds the towels. See how she folds the underwear. See how she folds the socks. And see the thing I've always said, and I'm gonna kind of revert. In the amount of time it takes for the woman to tell the guy to do it, she could have done it herself the way she wanted to do it. Guys, how many times are you sitting in the living room? It's hot in here. Do you think it's hot? And the amount of time she said, do you think it's hot? She could have got up and adjusted the thermostat, but she don't want to do that. She wants to sit. You go do it. In the amount of time it takes for her to ask us, they could have done it themselves. But we want to be compassionate. So, number one, taking out the trash. Number two, the laundry, right? So figure out the way to fold the clothes, figure out the way to fold the socks, figure out the way, and help as much as possible. Now, if we're going to work every day, and if we're a lineman, inside joke, if we're a lineman, unless we wash our hands from the grease and grit of being a lineman, you know what I'm talking about, the lineman. Awaken with JP. You don't want to fold clothes if your hands are dirty and greasy, but you fold the clothes, she wants them done. And number three, I keep on hearing about the load about school, about the online forms. Hey, Caitlin, yeah, Tom. Hey, you know what? Let's set it up on the computer where all these online school forms, like the Timmy's physical or Brittany's ballet or whatever, just forward that to me. Forward those emails to me, and when I come home at night, I'm not going to turn on ESPN. I'm not going to turn on Fox News. I'm going to get on the computer and look at the online school forums. Hey, Caitlin, slide on over here. Get off the phone with Brenda. Come over here. Hey, Caitlin, okay, this, and, I'd like your input. I'd like your input on Caitlin, on Susie taking ballet, or, should Timmy take softball or flag ball or this? And you know what Caitlin's going to say? Well, the amount of time it's going to take, every Saturday at 9 o'clock, and taking Timmy to ball. Are you going to take him? Okay, well, let's work it out. Let's communicate. I was actually talking to my daughter who's 41, 2 kids that are 8 and 6, and they stopped at 2 kids. Online content creator who has 4. Young. You got to talk these things out. Look at your schedules and say, okay, work it all out. Okay, so I said, take out the trash, help with the laundry, help with the online school forms. Number 4, ladies, I'm just going to tell you this. If guys don't have an outlet, if guys don't have a hobby or something to do, it's just not good for their mental health. It isn't. My close friend, he hunts. So every year there's this hunting season. He goes out with business colleagues. He's getting business from these people. They're doctors, okay? They're doctors. And he works in a medical field. And he's out with those doctors hunting the tree stand. This guy's first wife got mad at him. First wife. Because he was always hunting with these doctors and riding motorcycles with these doctors. And he had to tell his wife, honey, if you want me to make $100,000 a year, I can't talk to doctors at the hospital. They're busy. But these doctors have hobbies too, ladies. They have hobbies too. Oh, away from the home, if it was only close. Away from the home, hunting, fishing, mountain bike, parasail, wrestle bears, shooting arrows. And tennis. My friend also plays tennis. He's a gazelle on the tennis court. You ever notice, like with guys, we like respect and think they're cool. Like this friend of mine who hunts and fishes and mountain bikes, he's got this cool truck with like 12 cup holders and 28 USB ports. And you don't hear the other guys throwing him under the bus. Look at his truck. He's got 18 USB. Nah. But with women, did you see Caitlin? Her new dress? Oh, wonder how she got that from Talbot's. Did you see it? See it, Amber? Oh, and her nails. Oh, that's even worse. Men just seem to like lift each other guys up and like with Gary Vaynerchuk, right? I think Gary is cool. I think this guy Zach, who's a male online creator, is cool. Not a big fan of Jordan Peterson. We could talk about Andrew Tate. We could talk about Fresh and Fit Myron. We can talk about Better Bachelor, but Gary Vaynerchuk is like right up here for me. And he follows me on Twitter, actually. But that's beside the point. So let's review. Guys, take out the trash without being asked. Anticipate. Number 2, help with the laundry. Moving stuff from the washer dryer and fold it and put it away, because you got to do the whole task. Got to do it all. You just can't do part of it. So different from back in the day, man. Help with the online school forms. Hey, Caitlin, yeah, Tom. Just forward those emails to me, or let's call the school. I'll do the online forms. Because like I said, this online content creator for young children says the online school forms, oh, God, it's too much. lady online creator, if you spent less time doing these videos and throwing men and your husband under the bus and maybe doing some of your women's mental load, maybe you'd feel better. But of course, you wouldn't be making whatever you're making a year. Okay, I had to say it, Zach. All right, so anyway, online school forums. Guys, just do what you can. Do the best you can. Explain to Caitlin, listen, I understand now. I've heard Zach. I've heard Scott. I want to help out. I want to be different than my dad. I want to help you with the mental load and communicate. Now, ladies, I'm going to tell you this. If he offers to help you, that is not the time to play your trump card, no pun intended, and say, no, I've got it. It takes too much time to explain it to you, and you just get it wrong anyway, and you volunteer for a week, and then you pit her out. It's just sad. It's sad. Nowadays, it's sad. The mental load, I get it. It's a real thing for men and for women. Men's mental load is going to work every day, staying healthy, providing for the family, safety, protection. That's what we deal with every day, and it gets dismissed. It gets dismissed for what we do. But oh my gosh, the women's mental load, that's the latest thing, man. And that online creator, along with other ones, if he'd just help. 3 years ago, I was thinking about divorcing him. I would have loved to see your life if you would have divorced him. I would have paid to watch that. Because guess what? He'd be free of you. The man's mental load. Stay tuned for more stuff. Go Navy.